A little later. Just give me 1 second. Give me probably like one more minute. We're going to get started. All right, Kevin, you there?
Good.
All right, today we're going to go ahead and get the class started. Today we're going to be talking about color scriptures, and then towards the end we're going to get into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, just so everybody will know, you know what I mean, what to do according to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latah Shem Yahshua to the sisters. You know what I mean? So today we're just going to go into color scriptures. You know what I mean? It's a basic topic, but it's very important. It's a very important topic. It's nothing to be taken lightly. You know what I mean? You'll grow up thinking that color is not in the Bible, but according to the Bible, color is in the Bible, and it's very important that you know that color is in the Bible because we know, you know what I mean? As we know, when we was in the world, one of the main things is people hated to be black for some reason. You know what I mean? Like you'll have people that be the blackest people you'll ever meet, but they'll try to say that they some type they mix with some type of exotic race, like oh they're Egyptian or you know what I mean they German or they don't mean they try to mix themselves with another people culture, and it really is because they hate being black. Like they look at black as just something plain, as if it's not special. You understand? And that's another, and also color is one of the reasons why people don't believe in the Bible. You know what I mean? Like one of the main reasons why people are turned off by the Bible and they'll say, you know what I mean, they don't follow the Bible is because they'll say what? It's a white man's book, right? You know what I mean? They'll think that everything is painted white. All the people in the Bible is white. The angels is white. So they'll say that that's not for them. That's not their history. And then they'll try to hold on to African history. So I wanted to go into a class to show that color is actually in the Bible, and it's real important to know, you know what I mean, that color is in the Bible and who has color according to the Bible, man. You understand? Because a lot of people, they'll know that the Israelites is black, but do you know that the angels is black? Do you know that God himself is black? You understand? We know Christ is black, but I'm gonna bring out the scriptures that show you that not only just Christ is black, but God and the angels is black as well, man. You understand? So we're gonna start off with Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. So if you can go to me, Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Just let me. Oh, you got that? All right, go ahead. All right, hold on. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah just chimed in.
Yahweh Shah Brakatah, Brother Thomas.
Are you doing Tawab, Thomas?
Doing the wild, Skyline.
Hey, you had a good time at the Passover, man?
Man, I never seen nothing like it, man. I think the most high I was able to make it out there, so.
Right,
A lot of Brotherhood. I really enjoyed it.
Most high Christ for that, man. You know what I'm saying? So today we just talking about color, and then we're gonna get into the Feast of Unleavened Bread a little bit about it. So just you know what I mean, put your phone on mute. If you got any questions or comments, take it off, say so like we'll get you in here. Shalom, Lord Christ. Who else just chimed in?
Shalom, this Kevin Roman.
All right, Kevin. Hey, you doing Tawab?
Good.
All right.
Wow, sir.
All right, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Just put your phone on mute. If you got any questions or comments, go ahead and take it off. Say Salakia, and we'll get you in here.
Con.
All right. But yeah, you got that for me, Kevian. We had Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
So that everyone come. Want me to read, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
All right, stop right
And
there.
the sick and
Hold on, stop right there. It says Judah mourneth. You understand? Well, do anybody know what it means by Judah mourneth? Judah mourneth? Anybody want to take a shot what it means by Judah? Now you know by now if you in the classes you should know who Judah is. You know what I mean? It's the black, predominantly it's the black Americans in America right now. But it's a Judah mourning.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Morning as in going through it, catching it.
Right, exactly. Meaning, as in the problems that we going through is making us mourn, man. It's like when you mourn for something, you're sad. You understand? You're going through some type of tough times, some rough times, and you sad. You understand? And that's why it's saying Judah mourneth. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the white man in Israel that calls himself a Jew, is he mourning? No, he's not, man. He got his own military. He got his own power, his own businesses. They say the Jewish man, the Jewish man, which is the white man in Israel, the Israeli. You understand? His race is like the richest race on this earth, man. You understand? When it comes to like white people, he richer than the regular white American. You understand? He's not mourning, man. But in the Bible, it say Judah, the real Jews, they are mourning, man. You understand? Just like the blacks in America, we are mourning, man. We go through all these problems worrying about if we gonna live the next day. You understand? That's how you know it's talking about us and it's not talking about them. And it says the gates thereof languish. Anybody want to take a shot at what it means by the gates thereof languish? Like, what does it mean?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, this Willie. When it says the gates are languishing, it's saying that the leadership has failed. They're not knowing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly, man. That's exactly what they saying, man. The leader, because your gates is supposed to protect you, right? You understand? Like Donald Trump trying to build a wall. You know what I mean? And he trying to build a wall to do what? To keep out other nations or the Mexicans, particular, from coming into him. He trying to protect America. That's what he say, right? So if you build a gate, you got a gate. It's supposed to protect you. It's supposed to, you know what I mean, keep whatever is inside the gate safe, and whatever's outside the gate, they can't come in because the gate is there to block them from coming in. You understand? Well, our gates is supposed to be our religious leaders, man. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be your Al Sharpton, your Jesse Jackson, your Christian pastors. Those are supposed to be our leaders, right? Like they say they are men of God and they are voice for the black people. But it says that they are languished, man. They not strong, you understand? Because they're failing us. You understand? They're not doing what's in our best interest. They're doing what's in their best interest. Their best interest. You know what I mean? Our gates, therefore, thereof languish, man. Our gates is falling apart because what they do instead of defending the black community, they sell the black community up so they can get more money, so they can benefit off of them. That's what they do, man. They don't defend us. They sell us, man. You understand? The gates thereof languish. You understand? Then read that part after that, Kevin.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Hold on. Read from after the gates thereof languish.
Okay. They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. Anybody know what it means to be black into the ground? Now, if you answer this one correctly, I'll be surprised. You know what I mean? I'll be happy, but I'll be surprised. Anybody know what it means by they are black into the ground? It's a double meaning.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
The soil.
You said the soil. What about the soil?
Most of the richest soil is the black soil.
Yeah.
Kind of how Georgia got really clay. We don't really plant our crop in the red clay. We kind of plant our crops in the deep dark.
You look
dark
at
soil.
you looking at it in a kind of like a different context. That's not quite right. You know what I mean? It do something with the soul, but you just kind of look at it in a different context. It said they are black into the ground. Think about the ground like it is with the soul. You know what I mean? But think about the soul that you see, like, and then relate it to Jews. Like it's not necessarily talking about planting anything. Just think about it like in that sense. Anybody else want to take a shot?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Kevin.
It's meaning like different shades of the ground, different shades of the earth, the ground.
Right, you understand? It's talking about the different shades of the ground. You understand? They're black into the ground. Like you was right. It's talking about the soil, but you got like red clay, like you said. You got the darks. You know what I mean? The regular clay. You got you know what I mean? Different shades of soil, or different great shades of the dust. And that's talking about the Israelites, man. They're all different colors. We come in all different colors. So that goes out to, you know what I mean, like sometimes you might be out, you know what I mean, and then you know what I mean, you got your name, you maybe an officer or you wearing some UPK clothes. People will know that you're wearing the UPK, so they'll be like, "Oh, you that black Israelite group." No, we're not a black Israelite group. We are the Israelites, period, man. You understand? Like a lot of people think that all the Israelites is just black. No, some of the Israelites are also a lighter shade, man. They're light skinned. You understand? They're lighter than us because you understand some of the nations have mixed with the people. So that don't mean that their father is not an Israelite. You understand? That's why I'm showing you we are black into the ground. We come in all different shades, all different colors. You understand? Black, light skin, yellow, whatever you want to call it. They are still Israelites though through their father. That's why it says they are black into the ground. Then you can also look at it as black into the ground as just in shame. You understand? A lot of our people don't like to be black. You know what I mean? Like they hate the fact that they're black. Like you got to understand the reason why people hate black people so much and they're black. Like you know what I mean? People hate their own people is because they really hate themselves. You understand? You can't hate your own people without hating yourself. It just don't make sense. Because if you value yourself, if you love yourself, then you will look at other people and realize that they're going through the same problems as you. Then why wouldn't you be able to relate? But when you hate them, it really means you hate yourself. But it says they are blacker to the ground. You understand? The gates thereof language and they are blacker to the ground. Read the rest of that.
They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Right, and the cry of us go up, man. You understand? The problems that we go through, man, we are asking for some type of help, man, some type of save. The cry of us goes up. So I just want to start the scriptures out with that verse, just showing that the black is in the Bible. You understand? You go into the Christian church, they'll say color don't matter, just God loves everybody. But if color don't matter, why is it in the Bible? You understand? You have to ask yourself that. And then when you ask yourself why is color in the Bible, then you'll have to ask why is some of the certain verses is talking about the color in the context that they're talking about in because they know, you know what I mean, if you just a regular black person living in this world, chances are you hate yourself. You hate your color, you hate your people, and you hate yourself. You know what I mean? You want to be another color. You wish you was white, which it don't make no damn sense. Like everybody in this world, everybody in this nation wants to be a black person. And so they steal all our style. You know what I mean? You got white women getting butt implants, lip implants. They getting all types of things to try to look like a black person. But for some reason, we want to be opposite of that. We want to not be a black person. You understand? It makes no sense why everybody is trying to be black, but we trying to not be black. Well, we naturally black, man. You understand? You gotta love yourself. If you black, Hispanic, or Native American, there's nothing greater on this earth than you. You understand? That's why I wanted to bring out this scripture. Like it's basic, but it's very important because we need to know that we gotta love ourselves. Give me a Song of Solomon chapter 1, verse 5. We're gonna go to the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. This is gonna prove to you that being black is something beautiful, man. It is nothing like it. You understand? You know what I mean? Because we grow up in a school to where people used to make fun of you if you was too black. You know what I mean? You be in class and they'll be like some type of light skin or you know what I mean, lighter skin, and you black, you darker than them. They be like, oh look at him, he midnight. He dark. They'll try to crack jokes on you. You understand? Because you so black or because you real black. Well, it don't make no sense. Why are you gonna crack a joke on me because I'm black? You understand? That makes no sense. Like if anything, you should be cracking jokes on white people. You understand? They can't go in the sun. Like at least I can go in the sun and I got melanin, I'm gonna be good. White people go in the sun, they get roasted, they get skin burned, they start burning. That's something to roast, man. That's something to make fun of. You know what I'm saying? That the sun don't like you. The sun roasts you. The sun will kill you if you stay out too long in it. Because the sun don't like you. You know what I mean? But we try to find ways to make fun of black people. You understand? That's so wicked, man. That's but when you live for this world, and you trust in United States, you trust in the society. That's what you'll end up doing. You end up making fun of whoever the United States hates, which we know is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You understand? You got that for me, Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
Turn that on cut.
Go ahead.
Song of Solomon. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black,
Right.
but comely.
Hold on. Stop right there. It says this, and now this is Solomon talking. This is if you didn't know, this is Solomon talking. And he said, "What? Read that first part again."
I am black.
He said, "I am black." You understand? That's letting you know that King Solomon is saying in the Bible he is. Why we never heard this verse in a Christian church? Like they making the white people seem as if they the Israelites, but Solomon said out his own mouth. King Solomon, who everybody knows, said out his own mouth, "I am black." You understand? Why haven't I never heard this verse in a Christian church? They never thought that this verse was important to bring out in the church, not once. You know what I mean? You got people in the church thinking that they Hamites, they Africans because they black. You understand? They thinking that they heathens, they Gentiles. But according to the Bible, the Israelites is black. You know what I mean? You supposed to love the Jewish person so much, which is the white man, so much because they the chosen ones. But I never hear a verse where Solomon said out his mouth he is black. Keep going.
Turn on cut. I am black, but comely.
But calmly,
O ye
anybody?
daughters,
Hold on, stop right there. Anybody know what calmly means?
blackened.
Go ahead.
Beautiful.
Right. You understand? He's saying I am black but beautiful. Why would Solomon say? Anybody want to answer this question? Now, this is a question that could be answered in many ways. Anybody want to answer the question of why Solomon said he's black but beautiful? You just got to think about today's, just pretty much what I've been talking about in class and in today's times. Why you say I am black but
It's a
beautiful?
lot there, son.
Go ahead.
Basically what you was just touching on, you was like lighter Israelites with downplay the darker Israelites. So he just would let them know like, we basically the same people, just a little darker than you.
Right. I mean, that's true. That's true. That's right. But it's even in the sense of not even lights. Like you got the light skins. That's what that whole light skin versus dark skins came across of, which is nonsense. We all the same people. So why is it? You know what I mean? But you gotta understand who made this problem. Who made this idea? The white man in his media is the one that shaped this idea. You understand? When they talk about models, they put models in your face in the magazines. They got them as some anorexic, bulimic white girl, as if like that's the best thing on earth. You understand? That's why you got some women that's thick and they'll think that, oh, they're fat and this, that, and the third. Or they, you know what I mean? Because a model just looked at to be some bulimic, anorexic. You know what I mean? Like, who wants a girl who sticks her fingers down her throat to throw up, man? You understand? But that's what this world paint to you as the beautiful. So that's why he said that, because they make the black people seem as if they the ugliest thing on earth. You know what I mean? As if we some type of monster, some type of, you know what I mean? Some type of ugly thing. But really, we beautiful, man. That's why he said that I am black but beautiful, man. Like, yeah, I'm black and I'm beautiful. You understand? Like, it's common sense, man. The world wants to be like you. I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but the world wants to be like you. You know what I mean? Like, black people end up doing something for the longest time. You know what I mean? Like braids, women getting the braids, the box braids and all that. You know what I mean? The stuff that black women do, white women is starting to try to do now. But for some reason, when white people do, like Kim Kardashian is a great example. She'll try to be like the you know what I mean, a black girl, start, you know what I mean, trying to dress herself up as a black person. And when she do it, it's as if it's some new type of event or some new type of thing that's been made up, like some new type of style. But then you'll see all the black girls like, we've been doing this. You understand? But the reason why they don't give them recognition is because they want you to think that you're ugly. You understand? They want the other heathens to think that as if there's something greater than you. That's why I said I'm black but calmly, man. There's nothing more beautiful than a black Hispanic or Native American woman. Like I couldn't understand, and that's one of the things that we got a problem with. You know what I mean? You got black men who wanna get rich. Yabashimi Ashabrakata who just chimed in?
Yeah, about saying about straight song. Brother Jamal.
But Jamal, alright, no sweat. You doing too well, Jamal?
Oh yeah, too wild, man. Just getting out this slavery, man.
All right, yeah,
Just getting on it.
I got the. I know you asked for the Jude 1 and 9. I got the breakdown for it. I got the answer for that. I'm probably gonna do it next week for you. So if you could call in like wherever
Okay, that's
early.
cool.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm trying to get a full breakdown on it. I might even do a class on it. But I got that breakdown for that answer that question that you had. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead
Okay,
and
come,
make sure
come.
you
Yeah.
get that. All right, but just place your phone on mute. If you got
Okay,
any
come.
questions or comments, then just say Salakia, and then we'll go ahead and get you in here. But you
Come.
understand, they try to make black people seem as if they the ugliest thing. You understand? It makes no sense. Everybody wants to be like us. You know what I mean? We all know that black people are the trendsetters, man. We the ones that make stuff in style, and we the ones that make stuff cool. But when we go by the media, we try to listen to the media so much, we end up hating ourselves, wanting to be like someone else. You understand? Like I'm not. It's nothing wrong with it. It's not a problem. But you got like women, black, Hispanic, and Native American women straightening their hair. You understand? Do you understand that the natural curls in your hair, like the curly hair, that's something beautiful. The afros, that's something beautiful, man. Like white people can't get that. You understand? You can see how like put it like this. You can straighten your hair. You could be like a white person, but you could also have curly in the afro. White people can't do that. All they can have is straight hair. Like you see the dynamics that black people have to do whatever they want to do. It shows that you are so beautiful, man. It shows that you are unmatched when it comes to anything. You understand? When it comes to anything, you are unmatched. You understand? That's why we got to start loving ourselves. Like why we want to be like a people that's lesser than us, that's not as talented, not as educated, smart. You understand? Not as beautiful as us. We are untouched. That's why we hate it so much because they look at us and they just don't understand it. You understand? They do the worst that they can to us and we still end up succeeding. We still end up surviving. And they just like, damn. You know what I mean? But read that from the top again, all the way into where he said it, but calmly.
I don't want to cut. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, they comely. Oh, ye
Oh,
daughters
stop
of
right there.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, he said he is black but calmly, man. You're black but beautiful. You know what I mean? If you watching this, you black, Hispanic, Native American, you black but you beautiful, man. You understand? It's something great to be black. Like you gotta even think about it in the standpoint of like even when I found the truth, when I first found out about the truth, I was thinking to myself like, damn, I would hate to be white. Like that's the mentality that we need to start having. Instead of hating to be black, we need to have the mentality of damn, I'm lucky I'm not white. You understand? Because if you was white, you might have this kingdom. You know what I mean? You might have white privilege. You might be able to get a loan. You might be able to do this, that, and the third. But when Christ come back, goddamn, you know what I mean? It's really not much to say after that. It's over, and it's to the point to where I'm actually not even going to exist anymore. You know what I mean? That's what white people got coming for them. Yes, and they got Christ paying them back for slavery. You know what I mean? All the evil that they did to us. And then once they serve their time, they're done with. That's why I say in the Bible, he will blot out the remembrance of Amalek, man. To blot out the remembrance from heaven of a people means that you don't even know that they exist no more. You never knew that they existed. You only imagine what's gonna happen, man. They're gonna be wiped off. You understand? Like we all know reincarnation is real. You come back, but you can't come back if it ain't nobody to be you know what I mean, to have intercourse, to have they children born back into the earth. That's what's gonna happen to white people. I'm glad I'm not white, man. You understand? Like to be black is something special, and that's what we need to understand. You understand? We need to understand that we're gonna be the ones given everlasting kingdom that's never gonna end. You know what I mean? You're gonna die and you're gonna come right back in the kingdom and you're gonna get the same position that you had. You know what I mean? So you come in the truth, you start doing putting in your work, you doing what you're supposed to do. Once the kingdom come, you're gonna die, but then you're gonna be reborn back. You're gonna probably give it to your sons, and then like a generation later, you're gonna be born back to have your same position that you normally had. You understand? It's something special to be a black person. But with that, we're gonna go into Job. Give me Job 30 and 30 because I've heard before I came to I.S.U.P.K, I heard like I didn't know scriptures like that, so I heard people talk about Job as if okay, well, what about Job? Job was white, and I still don't to this day understand where they came up with the idea that Job is white, but I know this scripture right here shows me that Job is actually black, man. You understand? You might have heard it before that the people said Job. Well, what about Job? Job is white. He was an Edomite, or he was this. That's a lie because Job out his mouth said this. You got that for me? Job 30 and 30.
Go ahead, one cut.
Go ahead.
Job chapter 30. Job chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black.
He said what?
My skin is black.
His skin is red.
My skin is black.
His skin is white.
My skin is black.
He said his skin is black, man. And there's no other way that you can take this either. Like, what is your skin? You understand? Everybody know what their skin is, right? He said his skin is what? Say that one more time.
My skin is black.
He said his skin is black, man. You understand? He has black skin. You understand? Keep going.
My skin is black upon me.
Right. You understand?
And
No, keep going.
and my bones are burnt with me.
Right. You understand? So I don't understand how you can think that Job. No, you good. I don't understand how people can think that Job was a white or an Edomite or from another nation when he out his own mouth said his skin is black upon him. Instead, these are the verses that I'm bringing out right now. Is what I'm wondering why I was never taught in the Christian church. You understand? Every time we go to the Christian church, you already know. I don't know if I mean. Maybe some of us was church going people. We like the church at first. You know what I mean? There's no problem. You understand? But you realize that it was wrong now. But me myself, I went to the church and I just slept. I didn't like going. I hated going to church. But if I heard these verses, maybe I would have liked it. You know what I mean? Like they got a white Jesus hanged up in front of you on a cross, white angels. You understand? You think everything is white. Like, you understand? You grow like this ain't for me. But if they would have told me that they was black, then maybe I would have listened, man. But this is Job saying his skin is black upon him, and there's no way to take this because he's saying his skin is. He's not saying I'm just black. Somebody might, because you got some people that's ignorant. So they'll say what somebody say like in Solomon we say I am black. They might think of that, oh, well, he's saying he's black like he's sad because black means sad. You know what I mean? They'll try to come up with some type of nonsense. But this is how you know that when he said he's black, he was talking about his skin because Job said his skin is black upon him, man. And they're the same nation, they're the same tribe. You understand? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible. I just wanted to bring that out real quick. You know what I mean? Give me Acts chapter 13 verse 1. Give me pull Acts chapter 13 verse 1. Oh, I got a question. Anybody know if cuz a lot of people will hear us nowadays and they'll say, how, what I mean, if you black or you in a hood, you not even got to be in a hood, you just black period. You call y'all bust me out Shabbat who just chimed in?
Yeah, I'm about to be on Shabbat. It's true, Dharma.
Are you doing good, Dar?
I'm doing good, Sam. To what?
Okay, you enjoyed your time at the Passover, man? That was a good time, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, man, in the building, man. That's just saying. I just put your phone on mute. If you got any questions or comments, you know what I mean? Take it off. Say it's a lock it. We get you in here. We're just doing color scriptures today. And then we're going to go into a little bit of the Feast of Unleavened Bread and make sure, everybody know that we in the Feast of Unleavened Bread and what you can and cannot eat. You know what I mean? Also the products that you use, you know what I mean? You want to get them out your house ASAP. So we're gonna go over that so everybody will know and have the information on that. All right, but
Okay.
yeah, we at Acts chapter 13 verse 1, and I got a question. You understand? Because we call each other niggas, you know what I mean? That's a word that black people use today. You know what I mean? They be like, my nigga, this, that, and the third. And you always have a white person that want to use it, and you'll tell them that they can't, but then they'll be like, well, why y'all say it? And then, you know what I mean? You try to give them an example of why, but then they be like, oh, but y'all call each other that. Y'all got to stop calling each other nigga and da 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 da. You know what I mean? They always want to try to dictate some type of stuff. You know what I mean? But did you know that the word nigga is in the Bible? Anybody knew nigga that the word nigga was in the Bible? Instead, we about to read the word nigga in the Bible. You understand? Like people, even your Christian pastors or somebody that's like of the black community that's supposed to be a leader, they'll try to act or they try to be intellectual. They'll try to tell you, oh, you can't be calling yourself that. Oh, don't call me that, man. You understand? We not that. We greater than that. You understand? They'll try to act as if it's a bad word. But the word nigga is really in the Bible. The only reason why it became nigger is because the white man don't know how to read. I'm just being real with you. You don't know how to read. So that's why the nigger came along. But you got that Acts chapter 13, verse 1 for me?
Out of my class, huh? Hey, Salaki out of one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, did you want the trooper?
No, you good. You good. You good. Just,
Okay,
I'm going to just have you keep reading. Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now, there were in the church that was an that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as
Right.
Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
They was called what?
That was called Niger.
Hold on. They was called what?
That was called Niger.
They was called what? One more time.
That was called Niger.
They was called Nike. Spell that for me.
Niger.
There was prophets at Antioch, Simeon and Barnabas that was called Niger, man. Niger. You know why nigger came along? Because the white man don't know how to read, man. You understand? Niger is a Latin derivative for Negro, which means black. You understand? That's them saying that these prophets were called Niger, meaning they were just called black, man. When somebody say nigger, you just saying black. That's what you're saying. Nigga is a derivative of Negro, Niger, which just means black. But it became nigger because the white man don't know how to read. So when he was pronouncing it, he pronounced it as if it was two G's because he tried to make it derogatory. You understand? That's why it came along as nigger. It don't mean ignorant person like they tell you. Oh, nigger or nigger, just an ignorant person. No, that's not what it means. But you know why they tell you that? Because they know it means black, and they know they paint nigger to a black man. So if you tell them that it means ignorant, then you pretty much trying to put into black minds that they're ignorant. But that's not what it means. You understand? If you want to talk about ignorant, the white man is ignorant. The white man is the dumbass. You understand? Even technology, all the stuff that we have today, you probably wouldn't believe it, but most of it was made by black people, man. Black people came up with it, and white people stole their idea and took all the credit for it. You understand? We the ones that are the intellectuals on this earth. We just don't have a chance like the white people do. We don't got white privilege. But we are the ones that built this whole kingdom for them, man. All over. We the ones that built this. They don't know how to do it themselves. If we leave them, they will be clueless, man. Shalom, Lord Christ, who just chimed in?
Salakia, sir, Shanae.
You doing good, sis?
I'm doing so well.
And you got your husband Quinn with you?
No, sir, he had to work tonight.
All right, no sweat. Just place your phone on mute. If you got any questions and comments, just say Salakia. We'll get you in here.
All right.
You understand? But we at Acts chapter 13 and 1, and it says that they called him Niger, man. You understand? Nigga is in the Bible. You understand? So this goes for anybody who think that the word nigga is a bad word. It's not a bad word, man. You understand? It just means black. I'm happy that I'm a nigga. You understand? Like even when you talking to some type of black people nowadays that think that they woke or conscious, you know what I mean? You call them nigga, they'll be like, don't call me that. You understand? Oh, I ain't a nigga. Da 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 da. You black. That shows that you actually not intelligent, man. You slack. You uneducated, man. You understand? You don't know what the word means. You think you so smart, but you don't even know what the word nigga means. You understand? I just wanted to bring that out to show you that the word nigga is in the Bible, man. You understand? And it don't mean anything bad or derogatory. Now, when they say nigger, it's just the white man don't know how to read. It's evident. The white man just stupid. You understand? But give me we're gonna go into before I do Christ, I'm gonna go into the angels. Give me Ezekiel chapter 1. Anybody know that the angels anybody knew that the angels color was in the Bible? Did anybody know that?
Shot at one time, sir.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what I mean? It's just so you know, the angels' colors is in the Bible, and we about to bring that out for you. You understand that? Not only are the Israelites black, but the angels is black as well. You understand? Like they do have a color. You know what I mean? That's why the white man in his Christian or Catholic church, you know what I mean, he will paint the angels as white people. You know what I mean? White homosexuals at that. You know what I mean? Because anytime you see a picture of angels, you know what I mean, they naked, they got babies around them. It's just a whole bunch of wickedness, man. You understand? But according to the Bible, angels is black people, and you gotta understand that it's so significant that they're black and that God is black because it lets you know how you are. Because when you see how God is bringing the flood, you know what I mean? Uh, putting us in the conditions that we in now, just being austere, you know what I mean? Never going back on His word, how strong He is, how much like is God. It lets you know why you are generated or you made to be how you are. You understand? That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men, we're supposed to be men of war, man. We're not supposed to be soft, sweet, you know what I mean, getting all shape ups and looking all, you know what I mean? Oh, just nice and clean cut. Like, calling yourself a pretty boy is a goddamn disgrace, man. I know we used to grow up in high school and used to call yourself a pretty boy. You know what I mean? What the hell is a pretty boy, man? That shit sound Salakia. Sound gay, man. That sound nothing but homosexual calling yourself a pretty boy. You know what I mean? I'm far from a pretty boy, man. You want to be austere. You want to be strong. You want to put fear into other people. Like if you was at the Passover, you know when we had the hotel that we had booked, and we was in the lobby at the hotel we had booked, and everybody was scared of us down there, man. To the staff, and the staff is black. You know what I mean? The staff was scared to us that they called the cops and the FBI on us in the hotel, just chilling playing cards. You know what I mean? They had to call the cops and the FBI on us. And then one of the generals talked to the officers, and they were saying that they were scared because we had cosplay swords, man. Like they said that we had weapons, and the weapons that we had was like swords, but they wasn't like some of them was sharp swords, but the most of them was, you know what I mean, just like kind of cosplay swords. And the cop got guns on them. FBI got guns on them, but they scared of us, man. That's how you want it to be. You want to strike fear into people's heart. You know what I mean? You want to let people know, don't try me. You understand? I'm not the one to be played with. That's the type of fear that you want. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm nice. Don't worry about me. No, I want you to be scared of me, man. You understand? That's the type of spirit that you want to have. And that's why black people was given the features that they got. You understand? We got them from the Most High. We got these features to put fear in people's heart. The masculinity, the muscles. You know what I mean? When you walking down the street, yes, man, that's what you want. And so, but you got that for me? Give me a Ezekiel 1 and start at verse 5.
Shot at one time. Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 5. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures,
Keep
and
going.
this was their appearance.
Keep going.
They had the likeness of a man.
Right. Stop right there. Hold on. Stop right there. So it said, out of the mist came the likeness of four creatures. You understand? And you understand, it said they had the appearance of a man, but they were creatures, showing you that this is talking about angels who look like men. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 6. And everyone had four faces.
Everyone had what?
And everyone had four faces.
They have 4 faces, man. Imagine that, man. Imagine you just see a creature out of the mist that had the appearance of a man, but 4 faces. You understand? You'll be scared. I'm just gonna be real. You would be scared. I know I would be scared. If I seen something like that and I never seen nothing like that, I'm just hoping that I'm on that side. On whatever side he's on, I'm hoping that I'm on that same side, man. You understand? That's showing you the angels is something scary, man. It ain't nothing to be like, you know what I mean? You don't look at an angel like they painted in a Christian church as, oh, it's so nice, it's so sweet. You know what I mean? It's innocent. No, angels are something terrifying to see, man. You understand? That just like how black people are. We terrifying to see. You better be scared of me. You understand? Especially when you're a man of the Lord. Keep going.
And everyone had four faces. And everyone had four wings.
Right. 4 faces and 4 wings. Keep going.
Verse 7. And their feet were straight feet. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Right. The sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. Like a cow's foot, man. You understand? That's how their feet was. Showing you that this ain't men. This is angels that it's talking about. Keep going.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
They sparkle like the color of burnished brass, man. Everybody know what brass looks like, right? It's like your penny, brown. Burnished is it even looking darker than that? Burning it. As if you put fire on it and you just let it go get darker. That's the color of the angels, man. The angels was black. They not like your Christian church showing you that they was white, you know what I mean, saying hallelujah and this, that, and the third. That's not how the angels were, man. They was black. You understand? And I just wanted to bring that up because angels is in the Bible, and the angels show you that their color was black, man. None of this is whitewashed. None of this book is not for white people. You know, a lot of people that will start to come across the Bible, they'll say that's a white man's book. The white man wrote it. But that's a damn lie, man. If the white man wrote it, then why is black all over the Bible? It don't say, I don't, not one time in the Bible do I see the word white. I don't see the word white ever in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible do I see the word white. But I see black all over it. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
And if I could, sir, that just bring out, a point that something that I wanted to make a point on. You know how people be like, and I see it a lot on the video, people be running up saying, oh, the Bible, the white man book, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that just clearly show that they not reading the Bible, because if they had read the Bible, they'll see that the word white is not in the Bible.
Right. You understand? That's all that means. That they don't read it for themselves. They listen to their Christian pastor. It's like you said, if you pick up the Bible, you will see not once the word white is in the Bible. But black is all over it. BLACK, that's all over the Bible. You understand? It shows you that this is not a white man's book, man. And so if this was a white man's book, why is his destruction written in the book? Like you would think that if the white man made it, why would they write their destruction, their ruin in the book? It wouldn't make sense. You understand? I just wanted to show you that the angels is black. We're gonna get Christ. No, not Christ. We're gonna go into that later. We're gonna get that God is actually black too, man. A lot of people don't probably notice that either. Like they'll probably think that the Israelites is black. They'll know the Israelites is black. You know what I mean? But they wouldn't know that God himself is black. So give me Daniel 7 and 9. We're gonna go to Daniel 7 and 9. We're gonna show that. Not only is the angels is black, God is black himself too, man. The Most High, Yahweh, in the Hebrew, he's black. He's a black man. You understand? Sitting on a fiery throne, black, just like us, man. Which would make sense. Which would make sense because if his son, his only begotten son, that they say it was Christ, is black, wouldn't he be black? You understand? If his people that he chose is black, wouldn't he be black? You understand? Why would he like white people, man? Why would he like Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, or Africans? Then he wouldn't like them, man. Those are not his people. That's why we got a different type of physical structure than an African. Like we don't look like African. Like if you look at an African, you look at a black person, our structure is different, man. They don't got woolly hair. You understand? They don't grow afros like the regular black Hispanic and Native American does. You understand? They don't grow afros like the black people, man. You got that for me?
Cut that one kind, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the throne were cast down, and the ancient of days
Right,
did sit.
right. The ancient of days. So when you see the word ancient of days, you'll know that it's talking about the Most High. It's not talking about, you know what I mean, Adam or anybody on this earth. That's ancient, man. Ancient would be before Adam. It will be the Most High. You understand? That's how you know that this is actually talking about God because it said the ancient of days. Keep going.
Cut that one time. And the ancient of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
Right. His garment was
And
white as snow. You understand? That's his garment that he had on him. Keep going.
the hair of his head like pure wool.
His hair of his head like wool. You understand? Now that would be talking about the texture of his hair. Now, what type of texture does a wool like? What first of all, what animal is wool on? Like, what animal is wool? Like, if you were to think in your mind like wool, what animal could you relate to that?
Like
Go ahead.
a sheep.
A sheep, right? And what type of hair does a sheep have? Like, if you look at a sheep hair, what does his hair do?
Like
Go ahead.
it curls up, sir.
It curls up. Now, what people on earth have curly hair?
Like
Go ahead.
the true Israelites
Even more
black people.
specific, black people, right? You understand? We the ones that have curly hair. Understand? When you got the BB, you grew up having the BBs in your hair. People make fun of your hair. You got the BBs in your hair. Really, it's just your hair is just curly. It's not that it's really nappy. Like they'll use the word nappy, but it's not nappy. It's curly. It curls up to where that's why when you picking it out, it's hard to pick it out because it's tangled because it's curling so much. You understand? And that's how Christ's hair was. That's how God hair was, man. Like a nigga hair. You understand? But then we think of our hair as if it's something, you know what I mean, to be ashamed of. You got women and men afraid to wear afro out. You know what I mean? People gonna look at, oh, look at his nappy hair. His afro, oh, it's smushed on this side because it was. No, man. Your hair is something beautiful. You understand? My hair curls, and if I wanted it to be straight, I can straighten it out. Like anybody can straighten their hair out, but you can't put real curls in your hair. Like you can try to put curls in your hair with the curling iron and all this stuff that white people do, but it won't be naturally curly like a black person's. You understand? It won't look that good. You understand? They won't have those type of hairs that we have. You know how like I know a lot of women know this, even men know it, but like the front parts of your hair, they be looking like they call them baby hairs because it be so curly and smooth. Like white people can't get that, man. You understand? That's something that black people have, curly hair, and that's where it's showing you that God had curly hair, man. So you shouldn't be ashamed of your hair, of anything on you, if you black, Hispanic, and Native American. You should not be ashamed. That's what God looked like, man. That's what Christ looked like. That's what the angels look like. You gonna be ashamed of that? That makes no sense, man. You understand? I just wanted to bring that one out. Go ahead.
If I can say, in
like we've been taught to hate ourselves, like with the nappy woolly hair, especially women.
Right.
We'll go out and get extensions or put a perm in it quick.
Exactly. You understand? And first of all, it's disgusting. But she is exactly right, man. Like especially with women, because men, you know, what I mean, men they taught to hate themselves too. But at the same time, like I mean, like I said, you got the pretty boys, which that's homosexual. But if you like a regular dude, you really just grow up like I don't really care what I look like. I'm gonna dress up nice, but I don't really care of what I look like because you know what I mean. It's my I got a you know what I mean. I got a type of characteristics that women are like. You understand? Like ugly niggas can get women because you know what I mean? We just got a style that we got. We got, you know what I mean, the type of characteristics that we got. We know how to talk to women. But when it comes to women, they really care about like beauty, you know what I mean, what they look like. So just like she said, like it's put in a black woman face, especially that oh, you want to have straight hair, you want to perm your hair, you want to do this, you don't want to just be natural. You know what I mean? When really you being natural is the most beautifulest thing that is on earth. You understand? Nobody can match up to a black, Hispanic, or Native American woman's beauty. You understand? Just being natural. You understand? But they told that they gotta wear wigs. You know what I mean? Get weave. You don't gotta do all that, man. And really, to be honest, most of the time that black women do that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Permanent hair and this and that stuff. It's actually destroying their hair. It's actually, you know what I mean? Damaging their hair rather than actually making them look better. You understand? But that's exactly right, man. We train to hate ourselves, to not like how we look. You know what I mean? And that's just something disgusting because we all know everybody wants to look like us, man. You understand? You got the white woman, all the other nations getting lip fillers. They, you know what I mean? They doing what they can to enhance themselves to look like a black woman. You understand? Like white people, they get old. They don't even get old. They be like 30 something. You know what I mean? 30 years old, white person be looking 30 years old. If they didn't get Botox, they look like they like 50, 60. You know what I mean? Like the way they age is just something crazy, man. Like that's where the word black don't crack comes from. You know what I mean? Like even white people know this. You understand? The way they be young, they be like my age, 26. You know what I mean? And they'll be like looking like they 50 years old. But then black people be 50 looking 26 years old. You understand? Even that shows you that black people are just so much beautiful than them, man. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I know everybody that went up to somebody. You know what I mean? Like Hadar, for instance. I'm gonna use you as an example. Hadar, he looked like, you know what I mean, 20 something. You know what I mean? We be old. We be not old, but we'll be like, you know what I mean? Got you know what I mean? We done lived a while, for instance, but we still just got that young look. You know what I mean? Like got the energy, the strength. You know what I mean? That's what Black Hispanics and Native Americans have. You understand? White people don't have that, man. You understand? But we train to hate ourselves and think that we look disgusting or we look, you know what I mean, something bad. But that's not true. Instead, I'm gonna get through these. I'm probably do like. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I can say also, even when it comes to our babies, like our children get a lot of attention from um, white people. Like in public, I know for instance, like we get a lot of attention when it comes to our kids, but it's the other way around when it comes to the white race. It's like, you know, we don't really gloat at their kids like that.
No, well, I mean, white babies look ugly as hell. I mean, I'm just be real. White babies look ugly as hell. You know what I mean? But when you get a black baby, they got the curly little baby hairs. You know what I mean? Yeah, they look beautiful. You understand? You even got people. Oh, your baby looks so cute. But then when it be a white baby, they be all red and I mean looking disgusting. That's true. You know what I'm saying? That's true as well. You know what I mean? That's real heavy because that shows you that white people know that black people look beautiful. But you know what I mean? You gotta look at it from the standpoint of you not black, so you gonna try to make it seem as if it's the other way around. Because you wanna build yourself up and put them down. Like you know what I mean? So that's why they do that. You know what I mean? They know black people is more beautiful. You understand? They'll try to make fun of a black girl with curves and stuff like that, but knowing damn well they know that that's beautiful. Salaki, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? But we're gonna go to the next verse. We're gonna show Christ in the Bible. I know a lot of people don't probably heard this verse, so we just gonna go over it. You know what I mean? Cause you got the Old Testament Israelites that say that Christ is not in the Bible. Well, if Christ is not in the Bible, then why is he in the Old Testament? They just don't understand that he in the Old Testament as well. So give me. We gonna start with the New Testament first. Give me Revelations chapter 1. We're gonna get to Revelations chapter 1. We're gonna start at verse 13. Pull that from me. We're gonna get the description of what Christ looked like. Because we all know, you know what I mean, we've been to a church at least one time in our life. We all know that they paint Christ to be a white person. You understand? This white man, Caesar Borgia, which is the one that they paint him to be. You understand? White, homosexual, blonde, you know what I mean, blonde hair or blue eyes, you know what I mean, white skin, looking gay as all hell. That's what they paint Christ to be, which is an insult, man. That's a straight insult. But when you go to the Bible, it shows that he's the farthest opposite of that ever can exist. You understand? You got that from me? Revelations 1 and 13.
Cut out one cut, man. Revelation chapter 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one light unto the Son of Man.
Right, in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like to the Son of Man. The Son of Man we know is Christ when it's talking about the Son of Man. In this context, it's talking about Christ. So it's talking about the likeness to Christ, and then it's about to give you the description of what he looked like. Go ahead.
Clothed with the garment down to the foot.
Right, clothed with the
The
garment
dirt
down to
above.
his foot. You understand? Meaning that's why we wear garments, man. That's why in Passover you had a lot of people in there wearing garments. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have one. I will have one next year though. You understand? But that's why, you know what I mean, you'll see us with garments. And then, you know what I mean, you'll have other people, outlookers, say, oh, we look like Power Rangers and this, that, and the third. They're trying to make fun of us. First of all, I would love to look like a Power Ranger because what is a Power Ranger? Someone will whoop your ass, right? 'Cause I would love to look like a Power Ranger, first of all. But you know what I mean? They try to make fun of us because we got garments on. But little do you know, Christ had garments, man. You understand? Keep going.
Had one cut. Clothed with the garment down to the foot. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Right, golden down to the foot when just about the paps, meaning around his waist was a golden belt, a golden girdle. Meaning he wore a golden belt around his waist. Keep going.
Had one cut. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, his head and his hairs was white like wool. So you gotta look at it like an old man. You understand? You ever seen an old person? You know what I mean? And their hair was white. It was gray, but it was white. You know what I mean? You got some old people when they grow so old, their hair be like white. You understand? That's a black person. That's not talking about no white person or nothing. You know what I mean? That's talking about his hairs being white. You know, some people probably got in their family their great granddad who got white hair. You understand? White like wool, meaning it's curly as well. It's like a white afro. You understand? Keep going.
Had one cut. As white as snow. And
Keep
his eyes were as a flame of fire.
right, and his eyes was like a flame of fire, meaning he had red eyes, which you know what I mean, we know he had red eyes because he drunk wine. Goes to out the people that say that you can't drink. Christ drunk. You understand? He drunk in moderation. He loved wine, and he had red eyes because he drunk wine. Keep going.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass, man. If you look, like I said, if you pull out a penny, they go to brass. Like just like it said with the angels, it's saying Christ had that same brass color. Pulling out a penny, that's brass. That's not white. It's brass. It's black. It's black. It's black. It's brown. Keep going.
Carry one cut. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace.
Right, as if it burnt in a furnace, man. Now you take this brass and you put it in a furnace. You put it in the oven. You burn it. it would be even darker than that, man. And that's showing how Christ's color was black. You understand? Christ was a black man. You understand? I know everybody know this verse, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one, which is in the Old Testament. Give me Daniel chapter 10. Give me Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. I'm not going to spend too much longer on that because I know you done heard that verse. You had to have heard that verse. Christ is a black man. But I'm going to get it also in the Old Testament. And I'm going to get one more verse. I'm going to get probably two more verses, and I'm going to go into the Feast of Unleavened Bread for a little bit because right now we're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and I want to make sure everybody's, keeping the Feast of Unleavened Bread correctly. You understand? Because there's a lot of stuff that you might be using that you didn't know. You know what I mean? It has yeast or, you know what I mean, something in it that you can't use. And you might be using it, so I want to get into that. You got that for me, though? Daniel 10 and 5.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lift up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold.
Right. So there you go again. He had linen, he had the garment on, and then he had the belt of gold. Keep going.
Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl,
Keep going. Keep going.
and his face as the appearance of lightning.
Right. His body was like beryl. So if you look at beryl, it's a hard mineral. You understand? Meaning that he stood strong. You understand? Then it said his face was like lightning, meaning he had an intimidating face on him, a glowing, intimidating face on him. Like black people, you know how black people they'll put on lotion or baby oil, their face just be shining. You know what I mean? White people can't get that. That's something that black, Hispanic, and Native Americans only can get. You know what I mean? Then they look hard. They look like they lightning. You know what I mean? Strong. That's where it comes. That's where once again it comes from. That's the reason of why we got the appearances that we got. That's the reason of why we intimidate people. You understand? Because a white person to look like, you know what I mean, the softest, sweetest thing ever. Even if they're a cop and they try to be aggressive, you still just look weak. You know what I mean? But a black person can be just the most chillest person ever, and still people be intimidated by him. You understand? That's Christ, though. Christ had that intimidating look on him. Keep going.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
Right. There go you go with the eyes. Eyes is lamps of fire. You understand? Meaning he had red eyes. Keep going.
And his arms and his feet like and color to polished brass.
Right, and his arms and his feet like a color to polished brass, man. There you go again in the Old Testament where it talks about Christ. But you got the Old Testament Israelites that don't believe in him. But for some reason it talks about Christ in the Old Testament. All throughout the Old Testament it talks about Christ coming. But they don't believe in him. It makes no sense, man. You know why the Old Testament don't believe in Christ? It's because the Old Testament really follow the Jewish person, man. They just follow the white person. Because you go to Israel right now, the Israeli, those that say they are Jews, those the ones that don't believe in Christ. They don't believe in Christ. You understand? That's where they came up with the whole, was it rapture? Then Christ gonna come and all. I mean, not Christ, but the Antichrist is gonna come and all this nonsense that they start teaching. That's where you get all that from because they don't believe in Christ. You understand? Because you know why they don't believe in Christ? Because they're not the Israelites. But then you got the Old Testaments that want to believe that not believe in Christ too. It's just because they following the white man, meaning that they probably found out that they were Israelite, but they still don't want to separate themselves from white people. You understand? That's why they believe that. You understand? Because Christ is all in the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. You understand? But it said it showed him with the red eyes, just like it showed in Revelations. You understand? With the garment, and him being as polished brass, man, brass burnt in the furnace, being black. That's Christ being a black man. You understand? We done read that. The angels was black, Christ was black, and God was black, all the way until even the prophets being black. So I'm gonna get this next verse is one of the ones that I just like a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even look at this one as a color verse. But give me Exodus chapter 4, verse 6. This is one of the ones that I just personally like. I mean, if I was ever talking about color, I'll always bring this up because you got to think about this scripture in person. Like, you got to think about the scripture as you now and say that this happened to you. And then think of what you will be like. You understand? Just witnessing this. You got that from me, Exodus chapter 4, verse 6.
Kind one kind, son. Hey, Salaki, if I could, son.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, this is a heavy scripture that you bringing out right here.
Right.
I just wanted to say that, son. Salaki.
Right. This is my scripture right here. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Right. So this is Moses talking to the Lord, the burning bush, right? We all know this. And Moses was thinking in his mind, like, well, how am I going to go back to them and they going to believe me that I talked to the Lord and I'm about to do all this stuff? You know what I mean? So he pretty much like trying to figure out what he should do. And God, you know what I mean? The Most High showing him, like, bro, I'm the Lord. I can do anything. So this is one of the things that he did to Moses to show, bro, I can do anything. So he told Moses to put his hand into his bosom. Read it from the top again.
Kind one kind. Exodus chapter 4, verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
Right. Put now thy hand into thy bosom, meaning put your hand into your pocket. That's what it is. Like when you talk about bosom, you would talk about like your pocket, as if he put his hand in his pockets. You know what I mean? So he said, put your hand in your pocket, right? Keep going.
Kind one kind. And he put his hand into his bosom.
So he did it. Keep going.
And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Right, and then he took it out of his pocket, and his hand was leprous as snow, man. You understand? Meaning when he put it in there and he took it out, his hand was white. You understand? He looked at his hand like you gotta think about that. Like think about that for a second. Think about right now. You know what I mean? You just put your hand in your pocket, and then when you took it out, your hand was white. You'll be freaking out. You'll be like, "What the hell, boy?" Like, turn my hand back to the same color as what? Yeah, that's how Moses was, man. He was like, "Bruh, put my hand back to the same color." Like, this is crazy. Okay, I believe you. Goddamn, you know what I mean? Like that's, you know what I'm saying. But keep going.
That one kind, son. Verse 7. And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again.
And then he said, "Put it back in your pocket." So he seen his white hand tripped out, flipped out, like what the hell? And then he put it back in. Keep going.
And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
Right, and then he took it out again and it was turned as his other flesh. So how in the hell was Moses white if he put his hand in his pocket and his hand became white and he put it in again and it became as his other flesh? Wouldn't it have just stayed the same flesh if he was white? It shows you that Moses was a black man. You understand? Moses was a black man that put his hand in his pocket, he pulled it out, that shit was white, Salakia. He put it back in and it became back normal, meaning he was black. You know what I mean? This is one of my scriptures that I like a lot because it shows that, you know what I mean? A lot of people like to say that the Jews was white and this, that, and the third, and they might not, you know what I mean, follow the Old Testament, or they might, I mean, not the Old Testament, they might not follow the New Testament, they might not believe in Christ. But this shows you that Moses, and everybody, I know you got to believe in Moses. Moses was a black man, you understand? Like, it shows you right here. He put his hand in his pocket and it was white. You can't be white and put your hand in your pocket and be like, I heard some people say, oh, well, it just was whiter than normal. It was red, but then it was white. You understand? That's false believing, man. You got to look at it for what it's saying. And it shows you that Moses was a black man. He was a Levite from the tribe of Levi. You understand? So you know Moses was a black man. The people that he led out of Egypt was black people, man. It wasn't no white people. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? They like to say, oh, it's a Middle Eastern type color. No, man, we was black. You understand? I just wanted to bring that verse because that's one of my favorite verses that I like when it comes to color scriptures. You understand? But with that, I'm gonna go into the Feast of Unleavened Bread just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to get you know what I mean, knowledge on the Feast of Unleavened Bread and see if y'all got any questions according to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. But you know what I mean? With we in the Feast of Unleavened Bread right now is for 7 days. So it'll last until we started Sunday, sundown. So it'll last until sundown on Sunday. You understand? So we're gonna be in the Feast of Unleavened Bread all the way to Sunday sundown, and you have to eat unleavened bread every day. You understand? It's not just you eat it for the first day. You have to eat the unleavened bread every single day until the end of it. You understand? And you can't eat leavened bread. You understand? This is when we came out of Egypt. You understand? When we came out of Egypt for the Passover, it's right after the Passover. You know, we had the Passover to where we you know what I mean, put the lamb blood on the doors. You understand? And then the Most High came, sent the death angel out. He smote all the Egyptian firstborn sons. You understand? And you will put the stuff on your door to make sure you pass over your door so you don't get killed. But then after that, you understand, we had to get out. We had to, you know what I mean, leave. You understand? Because if we didn't, then you know the Egyptians gonna wake up. They gonna see their sons killed, and what they gonna do? They want to come and kill you. So we ain't have no time to put the yeast in the bread to make it rise. So we had to eat unleavened bread. You understand? Just the flour, the water, maybe some salt, some sugar. You know what I mean? And then we had to take that and go. You know what I'm saying? So right now you have to eat unleavened bread for the next 7 days or up until sundown, and then you can't eat leavened bread. So, but this also includes like you have to get the leavened bread out your house as well. You understand? If you don't know, like if you have leavened bread, like if you live with other people, then it's not really your house, and you know what I mean. You can't do it, but you know what I mean. Just leave their stuff alone, let it stay there. You know what I mean? Like you live with your parents or something like that, leave their stuff there. You know what I mean? Let it stay there. But you don't mess with it and you don't make sure you don't put no leaven in there. You know what I mean? You get whatever that you have out of there. You understand? But you want to check your deodorants because you know what I mean. Baking soda is also a leavening agent. So you want to check your deodorants. You understand? You want to check your toothpaste. You know what I mean? Toothpaste has leavening in it. It's the baking soda. Like when you brushing your teeth, all those bubbles that form up, that's that baking soda. So you want to check your toothpaste. The name for the baking soda would be sodium bicarbonate, I believe. So you want to make sure you check that, get that out your house. You understand? Let me see. Anybody got any questions like on what you can or cannot eat for the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Now, this is your question to ask for anything, because you know what I mean. You want to make sure you're doing it right. So if you need to ask questions. You gotta ask questions.
Like it, sir.
Go ahead.
If I could, you just said deodorant. Like, does that mean like the Greek?
You said what? Did that mean what?
Is that pertain to the Greek deodorant?
I can't. You said degree.
Like, yeah, yes, sir. When you just said about
Oh,
the
you. I mean, I
deodorant,
don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean. I don't know personally specifically about degree. What you want to do is you want to look on the ingredients. Let me hold on. You want to look on the ingredients and check for bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate. If it has sodium bicarbonate, then I mean it will have baking soda in it. Then you don't want to use that. But if it don't have sodium bicarbonate, then you'll be good. You want to check on that. This also goes for cereals too. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking y'all to ask questions on what you eat because this goes for cereal. You know what I mean? Like you can eat a certain cereal you can eat. You can eat like Cheerios. You know what I mean? You can eat Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruity Pebbles. You know what I mean? Corn Pops. You can eat that, but them other cereals you can't eat like Lucky Charms or you know what I mean? All those other type of cereals that you eat. You know what I mean? You want to be careful on that because it also goes into cereals as well. You understand? So that's why I'm giving you the time to ask questions right now on, things that you can eat or you can't eat.
Like you, sir.
Go ahead.
Like you said, if I could also just advise any other people to be wary of our Lucky Charm because it actually does contain pork in it with the
Right.
mushrooms.
Right. The mushrooms has
Like
the
it means with the marshmallow.
no, yeah,
The marshmallow.
the marshmallows have gelatin in it, which is pork gelatin. So you know what I mean. Not only can you not eat it because of leaven, it got pork in it. So that's what I'm saying. Any questions that you have on what you should eat? Because what I'm telling you right now is you don't want to go into the feast of unleavened bread and trying to keep it, but then you know what I mean. You're doing based off of what you think. Is you know what I mean. It's better to know rather than to be like, okay, well, I don't think this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Go ahead.
What about like crackers, like on the clubhouse crackers and things like that?
Most crackers have leaven in it. Most crackers, you know what I mean, I've yet to see a cracker that uh don't have leaven in it. So crackers would be a no. I would just stray away from crackers. Period. Most crackers have leaven in it. So you will wanna, you know what I mean? So if you got crackers in your house, you don't gotta throw it away. You could put it in like, you know what I mean, a part of the house. Maybe you got a basement that you don't go to. You could put it in the basement, you know what I mean? You might could put it in your car, you know what I mean, the trunk, somewhere where you're not gonna be, you know what I mean, you're not gonna be at. But yeah, crackers is a no go. I would not do crackers. You understand? Any other one? Any other? You know what I mean? Things that maybe you know what I mean you eat and you're not too sure on. Like if you're not too sure on it, this is the time to ask. Like, don't think, oh, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's this. No, just go ahead and ask it so you can know for sure. Nobody, everybody good. Everybody eat all good things. They know they're gonna be keeping it right. Everybody,
Like y'all.
go ahead.
The reason I don't have any questions is because I know on the I.S.U.P.K.com they have a list of a couple of things that I can go to find out what was lawful to eat or not to eat. So that was helpful for me a lot.
Right.
So I just wanted to put that
Right.
out there.
Hey, I'm thankful that you said that too. Yes, you can go to the ISUPK website, and on the website it'll show you like the things that is unlawful and lawful to eat. So just in case you don't want to answer questions, make sure you go to the website. You just click on the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then it'll give you like lawful things to eat and unlawful things that you can't eat. You understand? Like for toothpaste, you know what I mean, Crest, the regular Crest, uh, toothpaste, that's Tawab. Most of the other toothpaste probably has baking soda in it. You understand? So, you know what I mean? Like sourdough starters, yeast, baking soda, baked goods, like most of the stuff that you bake, cupcakes, cakes, any type of like Debbie, stuff like that, that has leaven in it. You know what I mean? But like you said, you can go to the website, and on the website, it'll show you a list of like things that you can eat and not eat. Like for instance, I was surprised it said like fast food restaurants, French fries. It's unlawful. You can't eat them because they probably contain some type of bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate in it, like or some preservatives in it to preserve it, or probably you know what I mean, might be breaded or something like that. So you can't eat that. You wouldn't be able to eat that stuff. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure everybody know that we in the feast of unleavened bread, and you have to keep it for the 7 days. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you don't eat no leaven, and you have to eat unleavened. Like it don't mean just okay, I cannot eat leaven and I'm good. You have to eat unleavened bread, meaning like hard taco shells. You know what I mean? You can eat those, or you can make some. It's probably best to make some unleavened bread for yourself. You know what I mean? Flour, water. You know what I mean? Sugar. You know what I mean? Salt, whatever you want to try to get some taste to it, and then just bake it. So it's probably best to actually just make your own, just store it and just eat it throughout the week. That's what I did. But you know what I mean? If you want to go out extra other places, you know what I mean? You can do Taco Bell or something like that. Eat some hard shell tacos or something like that, and then you'll be to wild. But you definitely want to make sure you do eat it. You know what I mean? You can't just be, oh, I'm good. I don't eat leavened bread. You know what I'm saying? So Then right after this, we'll have the first fruits, which we'll give more information on in the first fruits. But anybody got any questions? Just period. Any questions? Like you don't have to be on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Just any questions on anything. He said, "Oh, hold on." Napash said fried chicken. You can hold on real quick. Napash said, "What about fried chicken?" Now you can eat fried chicken, but you don't want to put flour on it. Like you don't want to bread the chicken. Like if it's just you getting the chicken wings with the skin on it, you drop it in the fryer, that's good. But you don't want to like put flour on it and no type of breading on it, because then that's when it'll be unlawful. You understand? Just drop it in there like it is and let it come out like it is. So you can get like chicken wings, but you don't want to bread it. You know what I mean? Or put the flour on it and stuff like that. But somebody had a question. Go ahead.
Salaki, this Kevin. I know I kind of been on the quiet side. I'm just the French fries thing. That was about the last thing I didn't know. That didn't know the app.
Yeah, the French fries. You know what I mean? Yeah, most fast food French fries is you can't eat them. Nope. You understand? They carry some type of leavening agent in it, and you don't want to eat it. But you had like another question on it.
No, I know you were just wondering why too many people didn't have any questions. I know I'm kind of new and all. I just, kind of come up with any question. Everybody on point.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anybody got any questions about anything? You know what I mean? Like,
So, Rocky,
go ahead.
I guess I want to know, there's two different types of flours, the all-purpose flour and the self-rising flour. The self-rising flour has the leavening in it, I think.
You want to use the all-purpose flour. Like if you making your own unleavened bread, if you want to make it your own, you want to use the all-purpose flour to make it, not the cephalizer flour because it has the leavening agent in it to where it'll rise up. You know what I mean? Like pretty much it'll give you the bubbles. Like what the yeast do is, you know what I mean? You roll it out. And once you roll it out, you make the dough strong, and then once you make it strong, you know what I mean? You put the leavening agents in it so that it'll start to rise. And because you doughed it out, you rolled it out, it's strong enough to hold that form. So that's what really, you know what I mean, it is to leaven in your bread. So you don't want to do that. So you want to use the all-purpose flour. That'll be used to make your unleavened bread if you want to make it. Because, I mean, you can make it. You can look up a recipe to make unleavened bread, you know what I mean? You can put whatever you want in it, you know what I mean? Just make sure it don't leaven up, and then you'll just eat that. It's not going to be good. Most likely, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be the best thing you taste. Just being honest. But, you know what I mean? It's only for 7 days, and then you can go back eating your same diet. You can eat, so like you can eat pastas, you know what I mean? All pastas except for the oodles and noodles be lawful to eat. You know, oodles and noodles have baking soda in it, so you can't eat oodles and noodles. But any other like pastas, you can, you know what I mean, have at it. You can eat the pastas. You know what I mean? You can eat the meats, just don't bread it. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? You'll get through it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of fast food, Kentucky. Hold on, give me 1 second. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken and Chick-fil-A, you can't eat that. They bread their chicken. Their chicken got the flour on it. You know what I mean. So you don't want to eat that. But go ahead. You got a question? Was it Thomas?
Yeah, so,
Go.
I was asking about the whey protein. Whey protein, is that something that can't be baking or got to put out?
You said whey protein?
Yeah, protein for like, hitting the gym, working out, whatever.
Oh, you talking about like protein? I wouldn't know. I actually got whey protein, and I was not working out this time, so I didn't
Okay.
necessarily look at it, but just look at the ingredients on it, and I can tell you know what I mean. Like I said, you want to just look at the ingredients on it, and make sure it has no like sodium bicarbonate. You know what I mean? No yeast, stuff like that. But I believe it should be good. I believe it should be good, but just look at the ingredients on it to double check. I actually got that, so if you do find out, or I probably look at it at home when I go home because I'll be using that. and then I'll let you know. You know what I mean? Do a text message or something like that. But yeah, just look at that and make sure. You know what I mean? Like pretty much what this week you're gonna be doing is if you eat anything, you just really gonna be looking at the ingredients on it. You know what I mean? Just looking at the ingredients and making sure you good. You understand? Like if you got Arm& and Hammer or anything, you already know. Like Arm& and Hammer use baking soda in all their products. So you know what I mean? I know I had some Arm& and Hammer deodorant. I had to throw, you know what I mean? I had to put that away. You know what I'm saying? I had Arm& and Hammer toothpaste. Had to put that away. The Arm& and Hammer is my brand. That's just what I like to use. So I had to put all that away. You know what I mean? So you just want to be mindful. You know what I mean? Do it for the 7 days. You know what I mean? Keep the feast of unleavened bread. It is important. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You'll be tawab. You'll be good to go. But any other questions
So
or oh, go ahead.
would Gatorade and like Powerade be one too that we wouldn't want to drink?
What? I'm not sure. Was it? Does it have any other? Let me see.
They put thickening in it, like some kind of thickening.
I'll have to look at that. I will have to look at it. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, I will have to look at that. I'll probably, you know what I mean. I could get back to you know what I mean everybody and see on the Gatorade and the Powerade because I'm not sure on it. But you know what I mean. Like I said, the worst. I mean, the best case scenario is just to read the ingredients on it. You know what I mean, and look for the ingredients. And if it has it on there, you don't want to use it. If it don't, then you're good to go. You know what I mean. That's pretty much how I'm doing things for the next week. I'm just looking at the ingredients for everything, and that's actually a good, you know what I mean, tradition of Israelites, especially in the time that we in now. You know what I mean? Like even if it's not the Feast of Unleavened Bread, just always checking the ingredients on things because a lot of stuff, like Hadar said, it could have pork in it. You know what I mean? Like for instance, the Lucky Charms. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff can have pork in it or something like that, or some type of gelatin in it, which is gelatin is pork. And you just want to always just get in the habit of looking at the ingredients because it goes to the scripture where it shows that you know what I mean you got the mind, you got the law in your mind. You understand? Like before you do anything, you thinking of, well, am I keeping the commandments? And that's just a good spirit to have to just check things and make sure you know what I mean you're doing everything accordingly. Because a lot of other people, you know what I mean, they'll think that they're keeping the laws, but then they won't even realize that, you know what I mean, they eating something with gelatin in it that got pork in it. And they won't care because they don't think so. You know what I mean? So that's just a good spirit to have and you know what I mean, do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody got any other questions, like on any scriptures that they was reading, or you know what I mean, something that they came across with them that I can go ahead and you know what I mean answer or get the answer later and make sure I get back because I know I got the Jude 1 and 9 from Jamal, which I'm gonna get back to you next week. I'm gonna probably break that down in class. Have that scripture for you. Anybody else got any scriptures that they done came across from and even online? I'm watching online too. You know what I mean? Anybody got some scriptures? He said hydrogen peroxide. Let me see. Hydrogen peroxide. I'm pretty sure peroxide don't have no baking soda. Let me see. I mean, I got some at home. I'm gonna look at the ingredients. I'll probably get back to you on that, brother L. I'm pretty sure that should be Tawab though. But I'm gonna make sure. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look at it and get a double check on it, and I'm gonna get back to you on that. Nobody else with no questions. All right, going once, going twice.
It's like it, man.
Go ahead.
It's like it, man. It's like it. We Exodus 46, the verse that you just gave, could that be used, you know, also just because people think that the Egyptians was white?
People were thinking that the Egyptians was white.
Yeah, because I think I seen a video where, you know, it was, I know it was, when it was holding count, and I know a white guy said he was an Egyptian. You know, could that be used to show, yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
is it okay to use that as a cut?
I mean, I wouldn't use it as a cut. I mean, that's a hard one because What Moses was. I got a better one for you. Look, I wouldn't use that one as a cut, but I would use because it should be known that the Egyptians is black, right? But it's another one. I might have to get back to you on it. But it's where they mistaken Paul. I think they mistaken Paul as a Egyptian. I probably have to get back. I wouldn't use that one, but I got another one for you. I just gotta find it. I think I found it. Hold on, let me
Come,
see.
that will come.
I think it's Acts. I would use Acts chapter 21, verse 38. I would use Acts chapter 21, verse 38. It's where they mistaken Paul for an Egyptian. Put your phone, if you got your phones off, put your phone back on mute. Just, you know what I mean, say Salaki and take it off if you got any questions or comments. But yeah, I would use Acts chapter 21, verse 38. Is where they mistaken Paul as an Egyptian. You understand? They thought that Paul was an Egyptian. Then you can go into how the Israelites is black people, because you know what I mean. It's rare that you'll hear somebody say, "Oh, the Egyptians is white," unless they are an actual Egyptian and they white, of course. But then they're really not an Egyptian, because you know the Egyptians was moved out to the western part, more southern Africa. You know what I mean? So the white people can occupy it and try to do the lie that they spread, but you know what I mean? It's known. It should be known that the Egyptians is black people. You know what I mean? They was Africans. Like all on their tombs and everything is black people. But I would use that one. You could probably, you know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily use Exodus 4 and 6, but in a sense, it can be used as it, because you know what I mean. They did accept Moses as an Egyptian. You know what I mean? Like he was under the Pharaoh. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They took him in until he separated himself to liberate his people. But you know what I mean? In a sense, it could be used to show you, you know what I mean? But the reason why I would say no is because Moses wasn't an Egyptian, he was an Israelite. You know what I mean? So he wasn't an Egyptian. But you know what I mean? I would use 21 and 38 and then just pair that with the color scriptures to show that the Israelites is black. You know what I mean? Like pretty much what we went over today. You know what I mean? You know the Israelites is black, and then you will have Paul, who was mistaken to be an Egyptian, and then also, you know what I mean, to go with that, I will read the definition of Ham. You know what I mean? You can also read the definition of Ham. Like if people think that, like this probably would actually be a more better precept or a more better use to do. If you ever got anybody thinking that the Egyptians was white, just if you go to the compact Bible dictionary, Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. You can read the definition of ham. Anybody got? As a matter of fact, we're gonna read that for a second because we got more time. Anybody got the Zondervan Compact Dictionary, Bible Dictionary? They could pull up
Cut.
the definition of ham for me.
Cut that one class, man.
Who is the one that says Salakia? I know you've been reading from me, Kim. I'm trying to see if I can get somebody else to read. Somebody says Salakia.
Oh, this Willie.
You got the Zondervan Compact Dictionary Bible?
Yeah, I know about heart. It says Ham, the progenitor of the dark races, the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, but not the Negroes.
Right, you understand? That's exactly what it say. That's correct. That's what it say. But I'm gonna get Kevian to pull it for me. You know what I mean? To read it. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it say because I remember it too. But I'm gonna just get Kevian to read it for me as well, so I can break it down for him. The water for that. But yeah, just pull that definition of ham, and then that's how you can actually, if you really want to cut somebody who's saying that the Egyptians is white, you can just pull the definition of ham. So get that for me, Kevian.
So I don't want to Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born properly about 96 years before the flood.
Right. So this is Ham.
And one,
Hold on, start right there. This is Ham that was born 96 years before the flood. You understand? Meaning the son of Noah, the ones that survived the flood after they came off the flood. It was Noah, his wife, and his three sons and their wives. Keep going.
and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Right. One of the 8 persons that I just said, meaning the Ham, his wife, the 3 sons and their wives. 8 people that lived through the flood, and Ham was one of them. Keep going.
He became the progenitor of the dark race.
Anybody know what progenitor means? Now you can look up the definition if you want. You can look up the definition of it if you want for the progenitor. Go ahead. You said what?
The beginning.
Right, the beginning, meaning he was the one that created these people. You understand? He was the first. He was the one that born this nation. You understand? That's what the progenitor would be. You understand? The one that born this nation into the earth. You understand? The beginning of this nation was Ham. You understand? And keep going on that, keep you.
He became the progenitor of the dark race, not the Negroes.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, meaning that Ham. Hold on, stop right there. Which means Ham was the progenitor. He was the beginning. He born the dark races. But it said who? Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. You understand? We know that the blacks was called Negroes coming in from the slave trade. You know what I mean? That's where you get the word nigger. You understand? Negroes, meaning that Ham, we're not Ham. We're not Africans. It's about to explain who were the Africans, but we know that we're not a part of this because we came from Shem. That's why I say he became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. You understand? This is actually perfect for the class that we taught to show that colors in the Bible so you don't think that we're Africans. We're the Israelites. We showed that the Israelites was black, but you don't want to get that confused with, being African as well because it say Ham became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. But who? Keep going.
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians.
Ethiopian.
Right. Stop right there. That's the answer to your question right there. But the who?
The Egyptians.
But the Egyptians. So how can it? So if it say Ham became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, how can the Egyptian be white? Because it tells you that the Egyptians came from Ham, which was the progenitor of the dark races. White people are not dark. And that's what you will actually want to use if you want to, you know what I mean, talk to a white person that say, oh, well, the Egyptians is white. Just pull up the definition of Ham. Zondervan Bible, Compact Bible Dictionary. Boom. Boom. You know what I mean? That's really, you don't even really got to pull up first. You can just pull up the definition of Ham. And it tells you that he became the progenitor of the dark races, the Egyptians. Keep going just for time's sake. Just keep going for after the Egyptians.
Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Right, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites, along with the Egyptians, and that'll show you that white people are not Egyptian, man. You understand? White people, y'all not Egyptian. That's not y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all heritage. That's not y'all culture. That's not what y'all are. Because Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, and he was the progenitor of the Egyptian. So yeah, that's what you will want to use for that right there for you. You understand? You got that? All right. Any other questions before we close out the class? Any other questions? All right, no sweat. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the class. I'm gonna cut the online video off. Just give me 1 second.